9 months ago. Rhino was my nickname.
Sorry, so does everybody know what transmedia means now? Watching those two projects, anybody like need the explanation?
Sorry.
All right, it just transmedia is multiple platform storytelling, and of course one of the best examples we have at the festival is of course Phoenix Run, which was the short film we watched, and representing Phoenix Run, like one of our oldest friends, Rick Walters, who's had so many films at the festival, and DJ. I know, like Rick and my relationship goes way back. How did you guys end up getting together and creating?
Casual encounters in Craigslist. Oh, you mean films? Actually, Kate Dixon, who was killer special makeup effects. She did the special makeup effects on this as well as our first one. So she brought me on for TJ because she was doing producerial work, and I came on with my kind of like whirling dervish thing, and it changed. Tickled and fast about 4 years ago. Hey, can we call up some other people?
Yeah, of course. Bring up
You guys, Julian, Christy, played Ma Jones.
Woo!
Murray right here too.
You
Ryan.
Daniel's there?
Yeah. Come on
Oh,
down.
okay.
My skirt is a little flying up. A little different than Ma's thing.
And.
So,
It's right here.
who else is here? Oh, you want to come up? Narrative that's told over multiple platforms. So we have TJ and his deep well of creativity came up with this idea a long time ago and started as a comic book. So the comic book basically became the storyboards for our first shoot to Catch a Rat a long time ago.
Who all here has an Android phone on them right now? You can go to, what is it called, Google Play, the Google Store?
Yeah, go to the Play Store.
And look up Phoenix Run.
I'm going to do that now, I dare you. An application. So we took that comic book that TJ designed, and he's been really good about recruiting people who are good at certain specialties. For example, colorists, writers, screenwriters, video game developers, actors, filmmakers. He's kind of like a transmedia mogul pulling puppet strings somewhere in Tacoma. So anyway, what we have here is the web series you guys saw here today. If you want to see it again and you have an Android, download this app off Play Store, and it's available for free right now under web series. You'll also see a placeholder for our comic book. That's what our play screen looks like. We have some other video content too that's available on the app, and then there'll be more just getting plugged in as we go. In June, TJ, correct me if I'm wrong.
June 29th, you'll have the first playable video game. It's going to be the first level. It's going to be a demo. And then the full video game will be available September 23rd. And we're going to debut that in New York.
So there's a demo on the app you can get it. So you guys have an iPhone. On May 16th, we're actually unveiling the iPhone app in Tacoma at the Museum of Glass. If you guys are so interested, come check it out.
Do you guys have any questions for these guys about Phoenix Run? At all? Replay it.
I want to see it again.
Do you see it, how many multiple episodes do you see it? Do you see it running for?
Right now we have a first and is in development. You know, we have so many different ideas. Since it's a transmedia project, we have we're going to have a lot of loose content that we're going to put in to fill in for characters. Like if you just watch the episode with Ma Jones, there's going to be a lot more content just based off her character and other characters. So it's going to be a lot of content. A lot of content.
You guys think about episodic stuff as linear. So Walking Dead, for example, starts somewhere and travels along a linear plane and ends somewhere else. Every once in a while, they do a flashback scene or something like that. If you take Phoenix Run and transmedia in the way that we're trying to tell it, imagine a vine, and instead of a linear line, we're telling stories up and down above this normal through line. So we have a lot of different video content right now that's not part of the same storyline of our first season. That will be kind of spin-off shows, different characters, same. So it's kind of like multiple storylines you would see in a regular television episode, but we've got 9-minute episodes, approximately 4 to 9 minutes, depending on what we're doing. All of that will be the same in the video game and the comic book. So there will be different storylines that will all be part of this vine, it's all about telling a good story, I guess.
So everyone here watched the episode. Now that last scene, I don't know if you guys, when the zombies busted in and stuff, that was all in one shot. And this man right here was behind the Steadicam doing that. He did an amazing job, and Rick basically took over in that scene. So you guys both deserve credit. One take.
Good job.
You guys have like any more questions or anything, comments? All right,
Yeah, I'll just be linear, but you're kind of doing branches off. So, for example, you'd be like getting the perspective from one family of that same, but then like another episode would be of like from another family or another group of people.
Sure. It's just it's gonna take place all with the actual web series. We are gonna follow a storyline with a base set of characters.
One
But
protagonist.
yeah.
I'll follow along
Yes.
with. Okay.
That aren't our hero from the season.
Okay.
So that good. That's the goal.
all right. Maybe like
And thanks for having us too.
Yeah. You guys get on Facebook, look up Phoenix Run web series, add it if you haven't already, and we're going to be dropping some more content, and hopefully you can come down and see us on the 16th at the Glass Museum.
yeah.
It's a much bigger theater and a much bigger screen too.
Has anybody never made a film before? Never at all ever made a film? Now, in the end of the festival, we're asking people to make films that are exactly 1 minute long or less. And then we're going to show them here on Saturday the 9th. And it'll be a fun screening. We'll see what people come up with. So there'll be a lot of local people, maybe some visiting people. And hopefully we'll have like 20 or 30 little 1 minute movies to show you guys. So if anybody wants to sign up for that, we're going to go across the street and we're going to have this little thing where they have a spinning wheel thing, and that decides what the subject of the 1 minute movie is. And they'll give you your task, and then you have to turn them in, I think on the 8th at midnight. And then we're going to show them here on the 9th. So anybody wants to take part in that, we're going to go across the street and kind of do that fun little thing. So all right, I'll see you guys all over there.
Sounded great, dude. You gotta fix that sound over the credit.
Really great, excellent shooting. Really nice. Very professional. Local lighting and color grade.
Yeah. Light Press in Seattle did the color.
Yeah. Oh, light. Where's that?
Light Press. Well, they're downtown, but I mean they do. They did the opening sequence for Game of Thrones and stuff.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I'm from LA, so I'm not sure.
They're a big post house. They do a lot of film and digital stuff. They also do color grading and 3D stuff.
The only place I know here is Victory because I've done work with
Conrad.
Sure.
Yeah, they're Conrad and Xander.
Yeah.
They're in LA now.
Yeah, well, they've had Victory down there for years and years. They also got Twin Galaxies.
Twin Galaxies.
So they're a transmedia company too, basically. So
Oh, yeah,
Conrad's
yeah.
smart. His family. They do a lot of transmedia stuff. They have a Twitch channel. They have a video game company, and they do video content in their studios. So
24-hour video content.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they did a lot of the. They did some mastering and couple different projects that I've done.
Cool.
But it's interesting because I come from some kind of older school to see like new ways to tell stories and
the filmmaking craft is still there. Like if so, the craft in that is still there. It's the same thing, but where he kind of made a really, I think, was a great move on his part is he made this transmedia Bible and talked about how they all connect to each other. So that Bible is like he handed it to somebody and they go, oh, okay, I get it. So all of our different contractors know how to.
Well, actually, I mean, the short is pretty straightforward narrative.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
but again, all of the things that you've created around it. I mean, the film that we saw, the feature, was basically, it's from like
Yeah.
I mean, basically that's, but it's blow up in a, in an internet. Excellent work, nice acting. You're awesome. You really hold the screen. I'm Jason.
Yeah, I'm Rick, by the way.
Hey Rick, Jason.
Nice to meet you.
DJ, yeah, cool. And it's basically standard narrative.
Yeah.
That people are, look kind of like a superhero style, genre style world, but then all these other things make it transparent.
Our writer has got all buttons every single episode. So what we have the luxury of with these short scripts is pressing it along, keeping it tense. There's always like a ticking time bomb in every script that he writes.
I love the face.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
You did it like After Effects.
We have
So we got a team of visual effects.
It was funny. When I saw it, I was at a festival. I showed my film at a festival that had a projector that was like fritzing out. And at first I'm like, was it the projector or was it, you know, because I'm just, because you,
Oh, yeah, you see that.
you know what, and it's cool because it's something you don't normally see.
Yeah.
And it's great to show something that is,
Well, yeah,
you
we're
know.
just giving a little reveal to the extended universe because we have all these different mechanics that we have to tie into. So we're trying to reveal some of that here. So down the road, like our superhero stuff is going to go way higher than this. Our actives, our zombies, our super active zombies, they're going to go way. The production design and the special effects makers going to go way higher. And so we're doing as little as we possibly can get away with and still
So,
just.
and building.
Oh, wow.
We tapped into the city power. So they brought in distro and they tied into the city power for that.
The pitch and shoot was real.
Yeah.
There was
All
no
real.
Hollywood pitch and shoot.
That was actually, that building was a judge's brothel back in the 60s in Tacoma. Owned by a judge, and it's been condemned ever since.
You
So
didn't need production?
I'm not sure that was about it, but it was
that's going to come back. We have visual effects extensions.
It's the Matrix, you know,
Yeah.
had that vibe, you know, the when it was more of a homage, I think, in
Yeah.
a lot of ways. And but yeah, you know, also too, you hinted at storyline with all these other characters. Nice job, guys.
Good.
Not
Thanks.
Christmas,
Appreciate that.
not over zombie.
Yeah, I'd love to read the script.
Nice job, guys. Go over there.
Well, hi, I'm TJ Walker, and this is Rick Walters. And we are the team behind Phoenix Run Transmedia series. What Phoenix Run is a dark and gritty transmedia series that takes place in a world where superheroes and zombies exist. It's a web series, video game, and digital comic book that you can purchase on the app. Actually, the app's free right now, so we want to get as many people as possible to download the app. And by doing that, we're going on tour with Comic-Con, we're going to video game conventions, film festivals, and on the net, of course.
And
was
give
a
me the
great
name of the
pitch.
film again.
If you were riding in an elevator right now, he would have been done with that before you got to the top floor. And that is a brilliant freaking elevator pitch. We got back from Vegas and already showed it last week. And we got New York coming up, we got Philadelphia coming up, we've got San Diego Comic-Con coming up, and a bunch of smaller festivals. So,
And a fundraiser going on at the Tacoma Glass Museum on May 16th. I don't know when this is going to air, but we're going to have a fundraiser.
This will air on Wednesday.
Okay, cool. So
come down
it's going
to
to be the
Museum of
launch.
Glass.
Yeah, it's going to be the launch of our fundraiser for this. So
Nice. And
May
tell me about
16th.
the fundraiser.
we're just raising money to what we want to do with it is raise money to bring a name talent to the brand of Phoenix Run. So we're going to bring this name talent in. We already have a script written called The Kill Box, and they're going to play the villain of season 1. And once we get them in, we're going to go from there.
what we're hoping is we've established our production potential, our production quality, the production value, our performances, our writing, our script, our story's all really good. So what we're hoping is with this crowdsourcing, we can raise funds to shoot the kill box, which is involves pyro, it involves stunts, it involves over 30 stuntmen.
I'm talking about blowing up cars, all that, yeah.
Two car burns and a body burn, a high fall. There's all kinds of cool stuff plugged into it. So there's a lot of stuff that we're excited as filmmakers to do, but it's part of the bigger world. We have to reveal how this world works. So if you think about Phoenix Run, like you would think about Star Wars, we're expanding our universe. So we're not just going to have the planet of Tatooine and the Ewoks. We're also going to have the Empire over here somewhere. So that's transmedia.
Nice. Well, thank you for being here at Stiff in Seattle.
Yep. www.phoenixrunseries.com. You check us out on Facebook too.
Yes.
Thank you.
Black Lives Matters was a part of it, so yeah, it really matters to me. So.
High five. On the black side.
All right. Oh, I like it. Oh, I like it. 3. You made my night. Made my night. And you love movies, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
What do you
of
like
course.
to watch? What's your favorite genre?
I like anime, action,
Sweet.
horror.
So you like a little bit of fantasy and kind of like, right?
Yeah, stemming from I like whoever can use their imagination to use it the
I'm
best.
feeling that.
If you can put your imagination to work and no cap on imagination,
Wow.
I'm down for it.
But you're an artist yourself,
Well,
are you?
I draw. I love drawing. I like painting,
That's awesome.
sketching, and talking to people.
Watercolor, or are you more like,
No,
what is it, like acrylic or?
Acrylic.
Deportation, like heavy stuff. But I'm in with friends and business partners that do narrative work. Where if you've got a website or something and you forward it to me, then I'm happy to pass it on through the film channels, and you never know what could happen. So
I'm Donald.
I'm Christy. Nice to meet you, dear. Yeah, wonderful to meet you. Okay.
But yeah, I would definitely hit you up instead.
Please. Yeah, even if you've just got, like, if you've got a simple website or even just a couple shots you can send me and just your basic info, then I'd be happy to pass it on.
All right.
Okay.
All right,
I
thank
do that
you.
for you, of course. Nice.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Janet, it's wonderful to see you again tonight. So thanks for having me here. It's a great night at STIFF, Seattle Transmedia Independent Film Festival. Another year, and I've been really blessed to work really hard. Of course, I'm a single mom, one of the few women of color writer, producer, directors in Seattle. So I don't think there's that many of us. So it probably makes me a unicorn or something. Hopefully I didn't say the same thing last year.
No, and you're
Okay,
always
good.
working on very interesting projects.
I am, just completing a film called Local Treasure, and Local Treasure showcases a Seahurst beach restoration. So many years ago, they put up a massive cement wall armory. It separated the beach from the forest and really kind of jacked up the ecosystem there. We've done it all throughout our nation, even on railroads and things like that. Basically, they'll put them up anywhere where we shouldn't be building something. So it will protect, unfortunately, a lot of wealthy people that own property and houses on the sand, and then, of course, even resorts and things like that. But Seahurst Beach restoration was about an $8 million project. It took about 10 years, but they ripped all that up and are in the process of really healing the beach. So I did a short documentary film for the Environmental Science Center.
And what's it called?
Local Treasure. So yeah, and City of Obrien Parks and Recreation, like a lot of key players in the nonprofit sector were behind it. But the Environmental Science Center is right on the beach at Seahurst, and really were the key players in kind of getting everybody together to support it and getting the community support needed. So.
And how did you get involved in it?
I actually did a movie for the ED, Tara Lucky, last year called the West Seattle Helpline. So she was working for another nonprofit, and so I was happy to kind of get on board with her again and do this film and just kind of do what I do, which is always like one step at a time, one film at a time. So.
And
yeah.
you're always interesting. You always have really fascinating things that you're working on.
Thank you. I think I'm probably just an AV nerd or geek,
No,
but I'm pretty lucky.
You're just remarkable.
I'm lucky to have a career, and I've worked with the very best people in Seattle that ultimately are not always about the money, almost never about the money. It's always about the quality and the content of the work, which is why I'm such a big fan of STIFF. Because there are so few women of color in the Seattle area that make films. Like so many of us are really kind of grinding away at day jobs and have families to take care of. So I'm lucky to be here all these years later, for sure.
Well, I always appreciate talking to you.
I love talking with you, Janet. It's wonderful to see you tonight. So thanks for taking the time out of your busy night.
And tell people how they can get a hold of you. How do they get a hold of information on the film?
Of course, yeah, I appreciate that. So my website is guerrillafilms.co, and it's guerrilla like the GUERRILLA, so it's a little bit different, not the animal, but the other variety. So it's guerrillafilms.co, and we've got the trailer up. We'll be screening, probably by the time people see this, we'll have already screened, but we'll be screening Friday, May 8th at 6 p.m. at Lucid Lounge, and we're partnered with a great feature, so we'll be kind of kicking that off, and I'm really excited.
I'm really excited about it too.
Oh, thank you. And
thank you.
I'll finish my first feature, Wake Up Occupy Seattle, this year, so pretty nice.
Wow. And you participated today. Did you film today?
I filmed a little bit just on my cell phone camera, but sometimes I just would prefer to protest and not go as a working day. And there certainly was a lot of mainstream media out, and this is really important tonight, Janet, because I was in the El Comité March, and it was a great sector of people that are anti looking at people as being illegal, and not only that, but incarceration. So prison industrial complex, deportation, and then also we had like Black Lives Matters and other groups really formed together. So, and that's what we're looking at now, is the unity to, ultimately end police murder and incarceration. So.
Well, I'm really impressed with all the work that you do.
Oh, thank you so much.
And I appreciate you doing another interview with me.
Thanks, Janet.
Because you're just tremendous.
I appreciate that, and best of luck on your film too and your work.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you being out here.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.